Yeah, breaking news. This is how the disgraced Abba Kyari's police team extorted 1 million naira each from suspected indigenous people of Biafra members. The 7 suspects were among over 50 persons arrested from the southeast during various raids. The Inspector General of Police Intelligence Response Team under the then leadership of Abba Kyari, a Deputy Commissioner of Police, extorted at least 1 million naira each from 7 suspected members of the indigenous people of Biafra. IPOB Sahara reporters has learned and gathered. The 7 suspects were among over 50 persons arrested from the southeast during various raids. Sahara reporters learned that the IPOB suspects were raided by the Kyari-led team between March and June 2021, weeks away to Abuja, and were detained at the former Federal Special Anti-Robbery Squad headquarters, Abuja, notoriously known as Abba Kyari. Sahara reporters gathered from one of the lawyers handling the cases of the detainees that the police team under Kyari extorted between 1 million and 1.5 million naira each from the suspected later freed. It was learned that those who could not afford the bribes remained in cells, including 4 married women. The women's names are given as Mrs. Maria Eze Dialu, arrested in Owerri, Imo State in March 2021 and transferred to IRT, Abuja. Mrs. Ngozi Umeadi, a nursing mother, arrested at a hospital in Onitsha, Anambra State, where she was receiving postpartum care. Mrs. Ngozi Dave, arrested in Lagos State, and Mrs. Ifeyinwa Ebole, who was arrested with her husband, Cletus Ebole. Sahara reporters also learned that the IRT under Kyari, who is now suspended over a probe linking him to Syria internet fraudster Ramon Abbas alias Hush Puppy, coordinated the mass arrest of Southeast residents under the guise of indigenous people of Biafra members with 3 other top police officers. So what he went to Southeast to do, to just extort money, because it's an opportunity for him to embezzle money by arresting and seeking for bail from innocent citizens, because he was once the commander of a special anti-robbery squad. He has committed a whole lot of atrocities before FBI indicted him with Abbas Olorunwa, which is Hush Puppy. The officers are identified as CP Abutu Yaro, is in charge of the Imo State Command, DCP Kolo Yusuf of the Special Tactical Squad and Tactical Intelligence Unit, and 1 DIG Tijani Baba of the Directorate of Force Intelligence Bureau. The Southeast residents were all raided and arrested by the Kyari's team as indigenous people of Biafra suspects and detained without access to families or lawyers until some of them were taken to an area court in Abuja and granted bail. Emeka Umegbalasi, leader of the International Society for Civil Liberties and Rule of Law, a civil rights organization based in Anambra State, told Sahara reporters 9 remanded survivors are citizens Anthony Mba, Vincent Kalu, Ileojegbuchu, Ikeji Ezike Chukwuebuka, Victor Bede Obizwe, Uchenna Ugu, Okeke Boniface, N1m Vitus, and Okechukwu Ogugo. At abduction, their mobile phones were seized, leading to electronic disappearance of the victims' bank deposits and tracking down of their friends, business associates, in-laws, and relatives, numbering dozens who were abducted, he added. Inter-Society was also reliably informed that 7 of the 24 survivors in that section of the IRT later left after each of them was forced to part with 1 million naira or 1.1 million, remaining of 7 of them who could not afford the sum. The Inter-Society, in a report released on Tuesday and obtained by Sahara reporters, added that there are at least 80 uninvestigated and untried Southeast residents that have been taken away by the police since March 2021. The recent custodial killing of detained Igbo citizens was disclosed to Inter-Society by an activist and legal practitioner who is very conversant with the matter and has been following since. There are hundreds of others arrested, mainly in Imo State, under the direct supervision of CP Abba Kyari and handed over to DCP Abba Kyari's team for further interrogation and investigation in Abuja. Some may be killed. Information about the women and others was received a few days ago after 15 of the remaining survivors in that section were arraigned at an Abuja area court on August 2nd and remanded at Kefi in Nasarawa State, the report partly reads. You see that the atrocities this so-called Abba Kyari, has committed is the one following him, and the nemesis also has been following Abba Kyari. Well, if this story is true, then this our Nigeria is finished. You cannot treat your fellow human citizens like this and expect peace in the country. Even those perpetrating these acts will not see peace. Yes, Abba Kyari is not even seeing peace. I don't want to believe if it's true or not, because the antecedents of this special anti-robbery squad, even before they gave him the job or project to do in the southeast, because it's an opportunity for him, Abba Kyari, to embezzle more money. And meanwhile, for them as the federal government to leave the Fulani bandits, kidnappers, not being arrested and prosecuted, and focusing their attention on innocent Biafra just because they have been proscribed as terrorists, and they have really done nothing to the federal government of Nigeria, but rather trying to keep peace in their own region because of the Fulani Elder crisis. Well, Abba Kyari is a terrorist, super criminal, and his terrorist team unleashed to Igbo land by Buhari and Fulani security chiefs. That's how God will open all your atrocities by God's grace. Well, the unknown government killing security operative Memi and destroying public properties invited Kyari and his team to the southeast, so advise your youth to do away with criminality to avoid a repeat visit of the likes of Abba Kyari. Okay, he is coming from Ishak Yusuf, I believe is a Fulani man. But replying to him, Donald Wire said, keep creating multifarious problems when there are none to further your satanic agenda that has now been exposed. You are a terrorist and Islamic jihadist terrorist. Don't worry, you will be arrested. It is really a pity that this super cop could be involved in this unexplainable mess. I think my sympathy for him is running down on daily basis. When the head is rotten, the entire body becomes bad, which is very sincere. Sincerely, I am one of his admirer, Abba Kyari. After the saga of Hush Puppy and winning and whining and dining with all Barbaria at Cubana Mother's burial, I was beginning to have doubts about him. However, this is Nigeria. He can turn the tide because he belongs to the criminal of this country. Well, the so-called Nigeria Buhari is Igbos and have a very bad agenda for the Igbos because they are prosperous. Well, they refuse to let them go out of Nigeria and persecute them from all angles. The plan is to terminate Igbo people and take over the ancestral home. Buhari reacts faster when it comes to destroying Igbo people, but would not react faster when it becomes, criminals in the north or Fulani elders or the Boko Haram. Well, God will visit him with the atrocities he has been committing on the Nigerian populace. Well, what are your takes over this and what are your thoughts? I would like you to share a comment over this criminality Abba Kyari has bedeviled the Nigerian populace.